Hi, this is Jack Kelly, CEO and founder of WeCruitr, and also just got my new book out, Great New Job. You will get that great new job. So if you haven't listened to some of the podcasts, what I'm going through is really giving you some in-depth information about how to go through the whole interview process from the beginning to the end, from deciding how or should I look for a new job to getting an offer, negotiating the offer, and everything in between. So today, what I want to impress upon you, when you look for a new job, you can't just say, hey, I'm going to look for a new job. You need a game plan. You need an approach. You probably heard this adage before, it's like a second job. If you go into anything, whether it's a job search or any endeavor, and you don't have a plan, you don't have a roadmap, you'll be lost. There's no different looking for a job. I mean, this is a big thing. You're leaving where you are. You're going to go through a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of weirdness going through the whole interview process. You may get that job and starting something new. So you got to, treat this with the seriousness it deserves. And it deserves to have a plan and not to go through it all kind of helter-skelter. So what I suggest is this. Whether on your smartphone, old school notebook, whatever it may be, you want to put together a plan of action, because your goal would be, okay, I want a job and I want this type of job. Okay, great. You're a, tax accountant or a bankruptcy lawyer or whatever the case may be. All right. And you want a better job, more money, more opportunity, all that kind of good stuff. Great. But now you have to figure out, how do I get there? So what I would suggest you do is put together, as I mentioned, whether on the smartphone, old school book, whatever your preference, even a yellow pad, to say, here's what I'm going to do. And I'll give you kind of a quick outline. For instance, when you start out, you think, well, what kind of job do I want? Then you put down, you have to do some homework to see, what does the market look like right now? Is it a hot job market for it or not a hot job market for it? Are companies hiring? Or are they not hiring? Who's hiring? Who's not hiring? So you have to kind of put down in one of your lists to do some homework and do some research on the different companies you're looking at, the industries you're in, and the overall economy, so you have an idea of what's out there. You may love to get a job right now, but for whatever reason, the economy's not doing so great, or the particular area you're in is not doing so great. But if you don't know that, you're going to be aggravated and frustrated and knocking your head against the wall. So you want to do that. Then what you want to do is make sure, all right, how am I going about it? And maybe break up a day and say, okay, every day I'm going to allocate an hour to my job search. And in that hour, even break it down further. So maybe out of that hour, I'll do 10% is going to be working on my LinkedIn profile and my resume, enhancing it. Another 10% might be, hey, I'm searching some job boards, sending out resumes, and connecting with people on LinkedIn. Another 10% would be kind of networking, calling up old friends, colleagues, associates, getting in front of them, letting them know I'm looking, tell them to be quiet about it, but if they hear anything, let me know. Another 10% could be, going to conferences, networking events, meeting different people that could be instrumental in you getting that next job. Then another 10% could be kind of, old school, used to be, let's say when I graduated school, it literally could be like going to offices, dropping off your resume, but now it would be targeting people that you like to work for, companies that you want to work for, and try to get either in front of them or find somebody who you're friends with, who could kind of put you in touch with that right person. And then so on. So, and in the book, You Will Get a Great New Job, it gives you more details, but it's really putting together that schedule so you develop the habits every day to push forward on it, because otherwise you're kind of going around in circles and there's no plan. So if every day you're kind of chipping away at it, you send out resumes, you looked online for jobs, you're networking, you're schmoozing a little bit, you're practicing your elevator pitch, you're sending out, thank you letters to people you interviewed with, whatever the case may be, it's kind of moving the ball forward. every day a little bit. So then by the next day, you have a little bit more accomplished, and so on and so on. And you want to keep track of it. You want to keep track of who you sent resumes out to. Where did you interview? Did you send follow-up email thank you emails after the notes? So this way, you have control over your whole interview process. It's not kind of a mess where maybe you get a call from a recruiter and they say, hey, are you interested in XYZ widget company? And you're like, I think I sent my resume there. I'm not sure. And it's just, you have no control over it. So it's great that you want to get a new job. That's fantastic. And that's a lofty goal. And God bless and good luck. But before you kind of embark on it, put together what you're going to do day in and day out. So this way, every day, it keeps you focused. It keeps you honest with yourself. And it keeps you motivated, because then you could say, hey, look at all this accomplishment made. I started putting this together. Now I have 3 interviews, and I'm a finalist for one of these jobs. So you could see the progression from when you're starting to your finish. So the idea is put together a game plan, and from the game plan, there are really systems and habits that you're going to do every day that's second nature. It's your second job. It's your second job that you're going to do day in, day out, until you eventually get that job. So I hope it's one of those interesting hacks that I think after I talked about it, you'll be like, oh, duh, that's pretty easy. But no, very little people do that. For some reason, I'm not sure why, people feel, it's one of those things they feel, oh, yeah, it's looking for a job. I'm just going to go out there and look for a job. And that's easy. And they don't have a plan. They don't keep themselves, focused on what they're doing every day. And it's kind of a messy situation. So even though it seems so intuitive and so, so easy, you'll see as you do it. It's like anything else. If you want to go and get in shape, you have to make sure every day, or 3 days a week, 4 days a week, you're going to the gym. Maybe you're jogging, maybe you're running, maybe you do aerobics, maybe you're doing the Nautilus, but you have that plan to do it, so that after maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, you hit your weight goal, you hit where you want to be and all that, same thing. So put it together, and you'll find you'll make your life much easier. You'll be more productive and more successful. So I hope this tip helps. This is Jack Kelly with WeCruitr. Thank you very much for listening.